There we have our Tropical Depression 6, still not named by the Japan Meteorological Agency yet, and at least in the near future, I wouldn't expect them to. Right now, it's still pretty disorganized. This is actually our Tropical Depression here. This is just a tropical wave just towards the east of the Philippines. You have the rainy season front back here towards the north and west, and there's our system we're going to be talking about in this update. And in fact, you see the bulk of the convection rating here. The center of circulation actually located just towards the south and southwest of Guam. So wind shear kind of displacing some of that convection just off towards the north. The thing is, that's where everybody is, and that's where we have been seeing those persistent easterly winds rolling in across the island today. Gusts upwards about 30 to 40 miles per hour are being seen. Definitely breezy conditions. I haven't seen any reports of any damage, and Guam, it stands up to super typhoon. So a tropical depression, borderline tropical storm, is not going to cause any serious damage as long as everybody's smart. Now, if somebody heads out to the beach, think they're going to get into some waves or something like that, that's where we do get into some problems, and that has caught people off guard in the past. Tropical storm warnings have been issued by the Guam National Weather Service. Remember, in Guam is part of the United States. They use the same type of warnings that they do in the U.S. And a tropical storm warning has been in place there. A tropical storm watch is in place for Rota. And then you just have that high surf advisory and a small craft advisory back towards Saipan. The main point, still tropical storm warnings in place. Wind gusts upwards about 40 miles per hour are still possible with some inland flooding. In total, see about 1 to 3 inches from this storm. Storms in the past have produced a lot more, but still, winds of 40 miles per hour, 3 inches is nothing to laugh at. It's not going to be the end of the world, but still nothing to laugh at here. And as I mentioned before, tropical storm warning in place. That means they expect tropical storm conditions within the next 36 hours are currently taking place, which is exactly what we're seeing out there. Now, how long is this going to last? Well, through the rest of today into tonight, with conditions slowly improving. Still some lingering isolated showers here on Wednesday and really clearing up completely by Thursday. I took this straight from the Guam National Weather Service, not my own forecast. This is from them. They're the ones that have been there, and they're doing actually a fantastic job. And recently, the Guam National Weather Service, by the way, has some new people in there who are really killing it on social media. So you guys want to check them out if you are there, because I think they do put out some great updates, especially since Guam doesn't have any meteorologists on their local TV stations. So they get all their information from the National Weather Service. It's quite a unique area in the United States as far as forecasting. All right, this is from Andersen Air Force Base. Yeah, the wind's continuing to pick up, but here's the deal. That little black line right there, that is the pressure, which I see is starting to rise again after it bottled them out just a bit here, despite there's still, moderate VFR to IFR conditions, which just means the weather's messy. The pressure's rising, thus already indicating this is kind of pulling off there towards the west. This is that official track, though, from the Guam National Weather Service. It basically is JWC's track, though. They just overlay it. It's still expecting it to become a tropical storm towards the northwest of Guam. It is kind of going through some areas that are not conducive for rapid intensification. I'll tell you that. I know it's over warm sea surface temperatures, all that good stuff, but we have a TUT, this tropical upper tropospheric trough, big word. It brings some wind shear. Sometimes it can help spin up storms, but too much of it, and you just have not decent outflow aloft. It's not conducive. As it gets past that, though, it could move into an area before it gets wrapped up with a rainy season front that is conducive for a little bit of development, and thus there is that intensification and a higher probability here. You can see a tropical storm strength wind. So the Ogasawara Islands, Hahajima, Chichijima, these are a few thousand people that live out here. Absolutely beautiful islands, part of Japan. They're going to get some windy conditions. Guess what? They're just like Guam. They get it. A tropical storm for them is like it's an afternoon thunderstorm in the Philippines type deal. They're used to it. Pretty confident in this track, though. I have had, speaking of the Philippines, a bunch of people asking, is this going to enter the Philippine area of responsibility? Is it going to hit us? It looks, and I get it. I mean, you got a storm here, and this is typically when you see a storm south of Guam, it runs due west, right? With the easterlies. Not the case with this one. It is going to pull off towards the west-northwest, eventually get wrapped up with that rainy season front. Could bring some high waves along the coastline of Japan. If you're a surfer in Okinawa, this storm's going to be there for you. It's going to kick up some waves, but it's going to steer and pull off towards the east, so not directly impacting Japan, staying well away from the Philippines. In fact, the Philippines, I mean, listen, look how messy this thing is. You have the southwest monsoon, which is bringing afternoon showers, especially along the western seaboard here. So western portions of Luzon, Visayas, Palawan, all the way down towards Mindanao. Those afternoon thunderstorms are really the bigger topic because some of those are producing, 40, 50 millimeters of rainfall, which matches the tropical storm out here as far as short-term rainfall intensity. So I know this is really an interesting, it's definitely the big clicking event in these videos, but that monsoon and the rainy season front are pretty potent in their own right. And they don't get a name or anything like that, they're not as noteworthy in the grand scheme of things, but they're still, pretty interesting. All right, so hope that helps all you guys out there in Guam who are still watching this storm system. By the way, you know who's noteworthy is my typhoons, $5 a month. You can help me out, keep these updates going. Same with the super typhoons. I'll put a link down below. I put this at the end of every video, so don't click away yet, please. Come on, guys. Give me some love here. We're still trying to get these new graphics. I got the computer. It's right here. I can see it. We're going to get it soon, sooner than later. I truly, truly hope so. I'm going to talk more about this. I got a new video coming up about those ocean heat waves in the near future. The Climate Awareness Week is coming up here in the near future as well. So we're going to talk more about that. For now, though, hit that subscribe button. Check out that Patreon down below. Follow me on all these social media platforms. If you're in Guam, thanks for watching, right? Check out Robert Speta Weather. You can send me photos and videos of the weather there. If you got anything interesting, I'll get them in my next video update. As always, though, even if you're taking photos, stay safe out there.